Are you ready to delve into one of the greatest mysteries of our time? Is it truly possible, in our modern world, woven together by billions of sensors and satellites, to simply vanish? To become a ghost, a shadow dissolved into the abyss? 8 years ago, on March 8, 2014, civilization received its most enigmatic wound, Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370. This is not merely a story of a disappearance. It is a symphony of silence that still echoes, a puzzle with missing pieces that defies all logic. Imagine a clear night over the South China Sea. A Boeing 777, Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, carrying 239 souls, is on a routine journey from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. On board are people from all walks of life, children, engineers, artists. Ordinary lives on an ordinary trip. Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah is a veteran pilot with thousands of flight hours. The final radio exchange is standard, "Good night, Malaysian 370." And then, nothing. The airliner vanishes from radar. Not a crash, not a distress call, not an explosion. A pure disappearance, as if it was erased from reality itself. What follows is the largest search in human history. Dozens of nations, satellites, ships, and aircraft. And the first clue, military radar data, reveals the plane sharply deviated from its path, executed a complex turn, and flew south, into the vast, empty Indian Ocean. This was no accident. This was a deliberate act. But by whom? A pilot with a secret? A hijacker? Or something else entirely? This is where the facts blur and the realm of shadow begins. Conspiracy theories weave a tangled web. The first theory points to the pilot, Captain Zahari. A flight simulator was found in his home, with a data plot tracing a path into the remote Indian Ocean. Was this a premeditated act of suicide, a horrific finale orchestrated by the man in control? Yet, there were no clear motives, no suicide note, no red flags. The second theory suggests external interference. On board were key employees of Freescale Semiconductor, a firm working on advanced electronics. Was the plane hijacked and diverted to steal sensitive technology, or the engineers themselves? Or, more chillingly, was Flight MH370 a target of a state-level operation, a test of new technology capable of commandeering an aircraft from afar? Accounts from fishermen of a bright fire in the sky that night only deepen the mystery. Then, the debris. Fragments of the wing and interior began washing ashore on distant coastlines in Africa and islands in the Indian Ocean years later. But instead of providing answers, they brought more questions. Why were they so scattered? Why was the main wreckage never found? The official investigation stalled, hitting a wall of silence as immense as the ocean itself. Analyzing these facts leads us into a dark abyss. If this was a conspiracy, its scale is terrifying. The ability to make a modern airliner vanish in the 21st century suggests the involvement of forces with power beyond our public understanding. Forces that operate in the shadows, for whom borders are meaningless. But if this was a catastrophic chain of technical failures and human error, that is perhaps more frightening. It means our advanced civilization is a fragile veneer over a primordial chaos. It means that when we board a plane, we are ultimately placing our faith not in flawless systems, but in chance. The philosophical conclusion is profound and unsettling. The disappearance of Flight MH370 is a modern myth. A myth that exposes the limits of our knowledge. We can send probes to the edge of the solar system, yet we cannot find a 200-ton aircraft in our own ocean. This story is not just about the 239 people who vanished. It is about us. About our illusion of control. About our faith in technology. About our deepest fear of the unknown. It leaves us with one haunting question: are we truly the masters of this world? Or are we merely passengers on a ship, sailing into a fog, guided by a captain we cannot see? MH370 did not just crash. It transformed into a phantom, a permanent reminder that the greatest mysteries may never be solved. And that the truth, like the plane itself, is still out there, lost in the endless sea and an even vaster silence. But what if the true legacy of MH370 isn't the mystery itself, but the profound questions it forces us to ask about our own reality? We live in an age of total information, where every step is tracked, every click recorded. Yet, this event stands as a colossal black hole in our digital universe, a void that defies the very principle of our connected existence. It forces us to confront an uncomfortable truth, that our perception of security and transparency might be the greatest illusion of all. The families of the victims are left suspended in a perpetual state of grief, their lives forever divided into a before and an after. For them, the search for closure continues, a painful journey with no final destination. Their resilience is a silent testament to human endurance in the face of the unknowable. They are the living embodiment of this tragedy, a constant reminder that behind the technical data and conspiracy theories lie 239 human stories, abruptly and inexplicably interrupted. Perhaps the ultimate conspiracy is not a hidden plot, but the sheer, indifferent power of nature. The Indian Ocean, one of the most remote and least explored places on Earth, became the perfect tomb. Its depths guard their secrets with an impenetrable silence, humbling our greatest technological efforts. The ocean doesn't conspire, it simply is. And in its vast, dark embrace, MH370 found its final resting place, a stark symbol of nature's ultimate authority over human ambition. So, as the official searches are suspended and the world's attention shifts, the echo of flight MH370 remains. It lingers in every unexplained blip on a radar screen, in every piece of driftwood on a distant shore, in the quiet fear that stirs in the heart of every traveler looking out at a vast, dark ocean from 30,000 feet. It is a permanent scar on the psyche of our modern world, a ghost flight on an endless journey, whose final message is not a distress call, but a silent, eternal question mark. The story of MH370 has become a modern parable. It whispers that for all our technology and knowledge, some doors remain permanently closed. It asks us not just what happened to one aircraft, but what happens to truth itself when it vanishes into the depths. This mystery is no longer just about navigation coordinates or debris analysis, it has become a mirror reflecting our deepest anxieties about control, vulnerability, and the fragile nature of our existence in a world we believe we have mastered. The flight's final resting place, wherever it may be, serves as a silent monument to human limitation. Each unanswered question is a reminder that not every puzzle can be solved, not every loss can be explained. And perhaps that is the most difficult truth to accept, that in our age of information, we must still make peace with the unknown, learning to navigate not just oceans and skies, but the vast territories of uncertainty that define the human condition.